What's going on, everyone? iLootGames here, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be covering a few topics: possible nerf for aim assist, Lifeline lore coming, and a new streamer mode. Also, as a reminder, the summer sale should be going live at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's right, only about 5 hours from when this video goes live. Go ahead and Google what time that is for you. We will finally see if Voidwalker is indeed coming back and what the other packs will look like, so make sure to jump on Apex then. With this patch today, we should be able to get a bunch of new leaks. If you would like to be the first to see them, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at iLootGames, and make sure your notifications are on for the channel and set to all. That way, when I post community messages on YouTube, they go to your feed. Otherwise, you may miss them, along with random giveaways. That's right, even if you are subscribed, they may not show up on your feed unless you have notifications set to all. Okay, first up, let's cover some possible changes coming to streamer mode. So while this may not affect many of you, it could help you if you are a streamer. Currently, the way streamer mode works is it actually anonymizes everyone around you while not actually making you anonymous. You may see the current unknown people in the server and think this is a test for the streamer mode or a new streamer mode coming. As far as the devs have said, no, this is actually just a glitch that's happening currently. Sorkoby, who I interviewed just this weekend live on Twitch, tweeted out about how burnt out he is with the game, along with asking for a new streamer mode. His goal, as he covered in the interview with me, which you can go check out in the description below, is to have a mode where other people in the server do not see your name in the kill feed. He went on to tell me about how he had over 30 people spectating him and his teammate in a match before, which, if you think about, that makes it so hard to create fun content for YouTube or just to have fun in pubs while you have SBMM pushing top pred 3 stacks at you, you know? Josh Medina, one of my favorite Apex devs, replied to his tweet on Twitter saying, hopefully the stuff that's coming helps motivate, because there's going to be some significant changes that should shake things up. And yes, an improved streamer mode is on Josh's list of stuff to push to the team, but we got our hands full with Season 6 and 7. What's interesting about this is he is saying there are big changes coming, so we can only imagine nerfs, new weapons, new characters, adjustments to the meta, which is great for us. And that streamer mode change is coming, but he kind of made it sound like it may not be for a couple of seasons. Not a huge priority, which I totally understand. I'm curious though, does this affect any one of your games? Let me know down in the comments below. I know this is mostly for streamers, but do you use it? Do you find that there's a reason for you to use it? I would love to know your thoughts. Next item I want to cover is this tweet by Tom Casiello, a writer at Respawn, where he retweets a message from Mela Lee, the voice actor for Lifeline, where she says, P.S. some very juicy Lifeline lore is coming. I literally cried when I got a sneak peek. That's awesome to hear for the Lifeline mains, and probably ties into the fact that we are going over to the planet where Lifeline is from. What this also could mean, since Mela Lee saw this info, is that she could have been recording things for Lifeline. Perhaps for the quest. Maybe you won't have to tune into my stream to hear the voice line's voice on Quest Day anymore. Mozambique here. Maybe we will finally get the voice actors doing it. That would really add to it, in my opinion. Tom Casiello also added that they were good tiers, so don't worry, Lifeline won't be dead. Or maybe she will be, who knows. The last thing, and this is the big thing I wanted to share with you, is during the interview with Sorkoby, he shared the fact that he thinks aim assist will get nerfed when cross-platform comes along. The reason he gave is that he believes aim assist is too strong on console, and top pros will start to complain when they have to go against these console players. I know this is a hot topic, so rather than try to voice it myself, I will share it with you guys apart from my podcast interview with Sorkoby. If you want to hear the full thing, please go check out the link in the description. This weekend, I will be interviewing a top Apex Pro live on stream, so you can ask your questions if you are there. We covered many other things like nerfs to current guns, characters, and buffs, along with the SBMM. Here's our discussion on aim assist. I hope you enjoy. Well, one of the big questions that I've got that everyone's been asking about, and it's a big topic now that we're gonna have crossplay coming, and especially with all these tournaments when we're seeing like Team Aim Assist win, and we're seeing like Yeet Squad win. You know, we have the controller players. What are your thoughts as a controller player and one of the top controller players, and you still play on console all the time? What are your thoughts about aim assist?
I've said this in multiple streams, multiple videos. For the people that are scared, because I've seen a lot of comments on everyone's channels, pretty much just people are scared of the cross-plat that's going to be coming out in fall. Now, fall, again, is somewhere around, I think, September 20th to December 21st. I'm probably couple days off on that, but for this cross-plat that's coming out, the best thing I can say for people that are going to be playing on console against PC, there's nothing you guys should worry about. Aim assist, and as much as people won't like the fact I say this, aim assist is a lot stronger on console. You can ask anybody, going from me, Zeus, Jenks, Finicky, any one of us that constantly go back from console and PC. The aim assist on console is really, really, really strong, and I feel like people are scared that M&K will have that advantage over them.
Mhm.
But I can promise you, within a week of cross-plat being out, the pro players are going to cause such a huge scene about the aim assist and how strong it is that it will get nerfed.
And
So
yeah, that's actually some of the things that people were bringing up to me is, do you think that aim assist will get nerfed? Especially we've seen controller teams winning these pro tournaments. Is that really something that you think is going to come down the pipeline?
when I say like it's going to get nerfed, I mean console to PC. For
Okay.
PC, I personally think that the aim assist is fine where it's at right now. I mean, for someone like I said, I'm not the best player. I've put probably 1,000 hours on PC and 4,000 on PS4.
Mhm.
On PC, I've noticed the things that the mouse and key pro players hate the most is when you're using an R99
Right.
against them, because yes, you will have an advantage, especially up close.
Yeah.
But when it comes to medium and long range, I mean, it's literally just up to just skill at that point, because I mean, it's a certain point where people can't really blame it on aim assist. Say you're using a G7 scout from about 150 meters away,
Right.
you're not locking onto that person. You're not. Aim assist is not a thing at such range. So especially in these scrims, in these tournaments where a lot of people are using Hemlock, single fire, G7 scout, Prowler, everything like that. Well, pretty much the Hemlock and G7, those don't really have aim assist at a certain range. I mean, yeah, maybe like 50 meters, but
Well, the fire rate is too slow for it to really.
right, to really have an effect. It's more of just in travel distance, the velocity of the bullets. Like it's really just up to skill at that point. I guess, like I said, I'm friends with a lot of pro players in the community, and I know they all hate it, but it's gonna cause World War III when cross-plat comes out, because people on the pro scene is going to throw a fit that it's gonna get nerfed on console pretty quick. And I know people are iffy because they can move while looting. You're not gonna have the frame rate as them.
Right.
That aim assist is gonna help you a lot. Trust
Yeah.
me, it's gonna help a lot, and you want to rock that. Rock that with pride. Don't be scared just because there's some toxicity in the community when they just say, controller player, controller player.
Hmm.
You just got to push that to the side and just focus on yourself. Whatever grind you're doing, whether it's kill grind, whether it's consistency, like just be yourself and just don't let all the other toxicity in the community affect what you want to do. That's my
Yeah.
biggest tip.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with what you said with the aim assist. Obviously, up close, the R99 is just so deadly in a controller player's hand. But I don't
Yeah.
believe that it's like some kind of god mode or like an aimbot. I don't agree with that at all. I think
Mhm.
it's pretty fair. It's very near balance, like you said. We're not seeing like controller players just wreck every tournament in the pro tournaments. So I don't think
Right.
there's something that's sticking out. That would be the case if aim assist was too strong, in my opinion. Um, One thing that I did notice though that was really interesting is in this last tournament that TSM won the week for. TSM, Imperial Hal and Aberlily, is that how you say his name?
Berlele, yep, Mac.
Yeah, they both switched to controller for that tournament, and they ended up winning that tournament. Now they're
Right.
very high level skilled keyboard and mouth, obviously some of the highest
Mhm.
skilled level, but then they were able to win the tournament with controller. What are your thoughts on that one?
I see it like this. Hal's obviously admitted he's played controller in the past for about 10 years of his life.
Yeah.
So I feel like something like that, it's kind of like riding a bike or riding a skateboard for anybody out there that skates frequently and took a break for a couple of years and came back. It's all muscle memory at that point. And especially with TSM being one of the most intelligent IQ when it comes to comp play,
Hmm.
it doesn't matter what input you're on. You're gonna have that mentality of winning, when to rotate, the moves to make. It doesn't matter what input, what weapons you have, anything like that. It's definitely gonna be up to the mind. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it's honestly, it doesn't matter at input at that point because, like I said, you could be running a Hemlock Prowler. You don't have many options to choose, especially on these King Canyons ranked games and like competitive games that we used to have. You don't have much time to loot like they used to take over Fragment and have the entire fragments in themselves and get to choose what guns they have. In Kings Canyon, you don't really have an option. So you might be walking out with a Hemlock in a Mozambique, and you kind of just have to rock with it. So I guess, long story short, to answer your question, it doesn't really matter what input, in my opinion, at least what I see as a viewer.
Mhm.
It's all about the plays that you make in the game, the situation you're in, and how you portray it. Because you can have them play on MK and play terrible on controller, or they're gonna pop off on MK or pop off on controller. I mean, it's a RNG battle royale. There's a lot of skill to it, but there's also a lot of luck involved with end game circles, rotations, and people that want to land on you and grief your game. So
To hear the rest of the interview with Soar Kobe, please go check out the link in the description below. Like I said, we covered so many things. He even gave a bunch of insight on what he thinks you can do to improve your gameplay, becoming a streamer, things like that. It was such a fun interview. Thank you all for watching this video, and I will catch you later today with a ton of leaks on Twitter. Have a good one.